All right, welcome everyone. I hope you are having a good week so far. Thank you for joining us. All right, so as Sarah said, of course, we're going to look at strategies for managing difficult research sites. And I believe that we have all come across a few of those. We're going to discuss your role. We're going to talk about how we can best approach areas of concern. Certainly, we have resource issues, environmental issues, personality issues that need to be addressed. And as with anything, we really have to understand why something is happening to be able to effectively address it. And so I am an auditor, and what's important is, as you are well aware, when we come into any situation, particularly at a site level, we are looking at how all parties worked together or didn't work together. And we also want to make sure that we are assessing how we kept one another on that path for compliance. When we think about good clinical practice and the product that we are working towards is getting good data from protected subjects. And there are many players that are going to be involved in that goal, reaching that goal. Our sites are no exception, right? That's where everything comes together. When we are auditing a site, we are also auditing that monitor and that sponsor. And we know that the regulations put us in a position where sponsors are required to promptly secure compliance from investigators. And if they do not promptly secure that compliance, what are they required to do? Anyone remember what the regulations tell us we have to do if we have an investigator from whom we cannot promptly secure compliance? We're required to, okay, in some cases, a corrective and preventive action plan. Okay, but we are, yes, we escalate. If the sponsor cannot promptly secure compliance, they are required to, per regulations, in that investigator's participation in the study, collect their investigational product and report that. And that doesn't happen nearly as much as it should. So we have to ask those questions when we go out. What was the issue? How was the issue addressed? Was it addressed? If it was not, what happened? So the regulations give us an out, if you will, for those difficult investigators. How do you define a difficult investigator? What are some examples of things that you have seen or are concerned about that you would consider an investigator to be a difficult investigator, or the circumstances surrounding that? Feel free to chat those. How would you define a difficult investigator? Okay, they fail their audits. Maybe we, at our closeout, we talk to them about findings and they're defensive. I had an auditor or an investigator tell me one time I was gravely concerned about things. They're like, yeah, well, and I talked to them about training. I don't want to go to anything dumb. Argumentative, all right, don't follow directions, don't oversee the study, all right, that PI means peripherally involved. Okay, great. So we've identified some issues that we all have bumped up against. Okay, and working within our academic systems, for example, we might have examples where people don't feel that they have to be accountable for things. People that are highest billers for an institution, for example, individuals who are well known within their field. They don't feel that, you know, we're coming in and telling them how to do something. It can be difficult. So what we'll talk about during this session is the causes of why sites can be difficult, discuss approaches for dealing with the different types of difficult sites, develop training techniques to anticipate site issues, implement proactive diagnostic techniques to develop a CRA communication plan. Now again, too, because you are not CRAs, we'll talk about what we would be looking for on that end. Describe techniques for resolving conflict and promoting successful outcomes. And quite frankly, as an auditor, as I said, we're coming in and we're looking at the systems as a whole. And myself, I would say research is a privilege, it's not a right. I'm not here to teach you how to practice medicine. I wouldn't presume that. But if you're going to be doing these things in order to keep yourself out of trouble, and in order for us to meet our goal of getting credible data from protected subjects, which supports our ultimate goal of protecting the public's health, these are the things that need to happen.